Here is a bunch of Australian adventure riding channels for you to check out and subscribe to. And from the previous video I did about 6 months ago, there was a whole bunch of comments of all these other channels to check out. So I've compiled all those, checked out a bunch more, and I've included them in my next bunch of favorite Australian adventure riding channels. Let's check them out. So we're going to kick off with yet another guy on a bike. This is Curtis's YouTube channel where he rides his DRZ and all sorts of adventures. Just recently went across the Simpson Desert. He does great narration from the bike, which I think is really clear, and it takes you along the journey, along the story. And he's quite open about some of the challenges he's facing on previous videos and previous attempt at doing the Simpson Desert. Had a few technical issues, and he's quite open about some of the setup things that he faltered on that may have contributed to that not being a successful trip.
That seal is just furiously leaking.
Great as someone who likes to express the vulnerability so that others can learn from it. Seeing others do the same thing, I really appreciate. So I really enjoy watching Curtis's trips. The Simpson Desert trip just recently was definitely a highlight that's worth checking out.
Alright, Simpson Desert. It's been emotional.
This next channel I discovered by following MADTV Brett, and they've gone on a couple of rides with another rider that I'll include in this list in a second. But Throttle Riding Adventures is another great channel to check out.
You got any more Kit Kats left or what?
No.
Riding a KTM, he's been riding since he was 16, so plenty of years on the bike. However, he only started his channel in 2022, so a couple of years into it, and he's already got over 100 videos there to watch. And some really informative stuff, plus a lot of experience on those many years of riding. Great adventure trips that he goes on, and quite funny, so I enjoy watching it. Definitely worth subscribing to.
Yeah, we're just going through this section fairly slow. Oh, good on you, Brendo.
Hanging out with Throttle Riding Adventures, you'll also find Wheeler Sparky riding a Honda CRF 300 Rally, I'm pretty sure. Yep, Rally. Recently did the bridle track, but there's a lot of great adventure videos in his repertoire. Also hanging out with a couple others in this list. Now, there is one other person that, oh man, I can't remember his name. It's driving me mad. Next on the list, we have ADV Life Australia. Now, Damien Ashurst, sorry, Damien, if I got that pronunciation completely wrong. He was the managing editor of 3 big motorcycling titles in Australia.
Hey guys, it's Damo here, and today we are taking a look at Yamaha's Tenere 700 World Raid.
Over 15 years, including creating the Australian Adventure Bike magazine. So he kind of knows his stuff. A very high quality production, shoots with all sorts of cameras, drones and all that sort of stuff. So I definitely like seeing that personally. Puts a lot of time and effort into creating a good production. I always appreciate anyone who puts a camera on a tripod and then rides all the way back and then all the way past and then comes back and picks up the camera and so on. Like the effort to go to do that is personally, I really appreciate it. I think it makes for a very nice looking film. In a recent video, he was the lead writer for Daryl Beattie's adventures, and so he captures a lot of great content from those. Damien's content is really top-notch stuff, definitely worth subscribing.
For a jerky break. That doesn't sound right, does it? Jerky. Jerky is in food.
Next, we have Nerb1. Now, weird name, but a great channel. Rides a Tenere 700.
We wanted a snow trip, and we've got a snow trip.
What I love about his videos is, again, great narration from on the bike, plus talking to the camera, gives us plenty of insight into what's happening in the journey and what we're seeing in the adventure. I think a lot of what makes a good YouTube channel is storytelling, and Nerb1 really nails it for me.
Oh, this is funny. I think it's chaos.
Even a recent video where they're riding into the snow, which, in Australia is pretty interesting because, it takes a fair amount of effort to get to snow in the first place. But he's really informative, got lots of, I like the technical stuff. So, anything techie and nerdy, I'm a big fan of, and there's plenty of that on this channel. Even some of his most popular videos from a long time ago around gear ratios and so on. Maybe he cringes about it these days as I cringe about all my old videos as well, but it's a great explanation, you know, and someone who can explain something well is really worth listening to. And with that technical knowledge, does some great reviews of equipment. Also check out his series on the Great Northern Adventure, 13 videos in total in that, and well worth the watch. What's that guy's name? What is it? Craig hasn't posted for a while, but his channel Shadower75 is definitely worth going back and taking a look at. He's done 2 big adventures in that back catalogue, the Simpson Desert, and the most recent one was going to Cape York. He's on a KTM 690 Adventure R with a couple of friends, and it is well worth checking out. Obviously a very talented rider, but also a good storyteller at the same time. And if you're ever keen on Cape York, definitely check out his video for lots of great information. But it's also just purely entertainment as well. Hopefully we'll see Craig posting again in the future. This is a pretty spot, isn't it? Look at this. The next one to subscribe to is On the Back Wheel. This is yet another Curtis, funnily enough. Presents himself as a independent motorcycle reviewer. His channel has lots of great information and reviewing of both bikes as well as equipment, tires, etc. When he recently changed from a KLR to the new V-Strom 800, he certainly doesn't back off in giving it all it's got. If you're after reviews that are absolutely down to the earth and straight to the point, then Curtis is your man. Check him out.
Big whoops. Land 10 on the face. Always a good one. Ah.
He's also got lots of great enduro riding stuff as well. So if you're into more of the enduro and hardcore riding, then there's plenty of that on this channel. This would be a great spot to like kick off some videos and, you know, record stuff and so on. It's very peaceful. Mongrel Dog Productions. Now, I've only just started watching a few of Steve's videos and they are very, very good. I'm yet to find the origins of the name, but he is based in Perth and he's been doing this for a long, long time. If you run through some of his back catalogue, there's up to 10 years worth of content in there.
All right, we're now on the original alignment of the Tanamite track.
Now, based in Perth, he often attends some events on the East Coast, so there's usually an adventure simply getting to, you know, the adventures that he covers. So definitely worth checking out. Lots of good context around the videos that he shows. He gives you sort of a bit of a description of why certain things are happening, but also another great channel that's based on the western side of Australia. Next one to check out is Shonkey Productions, which I kind of have an interesting view on this. It's a great channel and I really enjoy watching it. It's kind of the opposite to what I do. I like to have very polished, you know, I can spend up to a month on editing one video, whereas Shonkey Productions is quite the opposite, but really enjoyable adventures. Sean seems to, as far as I can tell, run tours or sort of, you know, is involved in running tours. And so he's covering off a lot of that, but great narration from the bike, capturing the adventure that he goes on his CRF 300. And particularly the Nundle ride is definitely worth a watch. But lots of great opinions, particularly on larger adventure bikes, and he presents some great content, so definitely worth checking out. There's 3 things we do here at Moto Rides Australia. It's going on adventures, it's helping people get into adventure riding, and no, that's pretty much it. It's 2 things actually. Two's plenty. Last but not least, of course, I am talking about MADTV, Motorcycle Adventure TV. See, Dave, I haven't forgotten about you.
Hi, my name's Dave Darcy and this is Motorcycle Adventure Dirt Bike TV, and we do 3 things on this channel.
If you have spent any time looking for adventure motorcycle content on YouTube, there is no doubt you would have come across MADTV, but just in case there's an off chance that you didn't find this channel for any strange reason, then this is a channel you must subscribe to right away. Dave Darcy and Clubby present some absolutely brilliant content around motorcycle reviews and going on big adventures themselves. Dave is the producer and editor-at-large of the Australian Adventure Bike magazine. So he and Clubby are always out getting really good reviews. They're not just taking a bike for a little ride around the block and giving it a call. They genuinely put the bikes through absolutely everything and good, proper, in-depth reviews. Now, it might surprise you that this young Dave has been running this channel for decades. So with 184,000 subscribers, their recent collaboration with Elwood Motorcycles, capturing a trip going up to Cape York, was absolutely brilliant, and I recommend having a look at that. But any of the trips that they've done in the past, particularly ones where Nugget's involved, even for those who aren't into adventure bikes, this is an entertaining watch. That's it. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel as well. And also, if you're wanting to share your rides, go to motorrides.com.au/share my ride, where we can share videos, photos, and GPX files of the rides that you've been on, and discover others from other riders as well. motorrides.com.au/share my ride.